What's going down? We're here with a new episode of the New Hood Podcast. We're here with the guys. We got the gamer extraordinaire, Mr. 20 Dubs and
Hey
Warzone
man,
himself.
hey, hey, it's nobody
Mr.
better.
Stat Patter and no. We got yeah, but we got Venom here. We
What's
got
happening,
we got my boy Shawn, of course, Mr. Do It All,
Mister?
Mr.
Do it
Mr.
all.
Real Estate, Mr. Truck
Hey,
Driving, Mr.
what's
School
happening?
Guy himself.
What's happening, good people?
And then you
That's-
got me, old school. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow I'll be 34 years old. 34 my
Hey,
Barkley year. D Braxton. What's up, y'all?
hey man, what's up?
What's
Happy early
happening?
birthday, brother. What you
For
got planned?
sure.
Nothing. I took off. And I'm sure Valerie got something planned.
All
Uh
right.
Probably Derek going to school. Um yeah, we just, doing our thing. So Derek will be at school. We probably go get something to eat, you know what I mean? The usual,
I love that.
stuff that I like to do.
Hey, ain't mad at that.
Hey, I love that. Let's see.
But yeah, man, y'all got anything y'all want to promote before we get started?
Not at the right now. I don't think I got nothing right now.
Okay,
You ain't
okay.
got nothing today.
Well, so I know Josh, you had a couple topics, and then Sean, you got a topic. One of y'all want to throw y'all topics out there first?
Yeah, Sean, go ahead. I got the shit
Uh,
pulled up. Oh, yeah.
so my topic was, uh, could you be friends? Do you think it's possible to like be friends slash family, uh, with people who don't have kids?
Okay.
Hmm.
Start off.
Uh,
You wanna go, DJ?
yeah, I'll go first.
Go ahead, brother.
I think you could definitely be friends, but
Yeah.
as far as like taking advice, and all that, you got to be careful with that because I mean, experience is the best teacher. But that being said, like at the same time, you have to respect what when people see stuff from a distance. That don't necessarily mean that what they're seeing is invalid just because they don't have that experience. So like having kids, just because a person doesn't have kids doesn't necessarily mean if they notice something that they're wrong. But a person that doesn't have kids also has to understand that like there's a certain struggle or certain experience, certain, what I'm saying, things that you have with having your own kids. You can help out with other people's kids, you can be a positive influence, but it's different when you gotta deal with them kids every day. You know what I'm saying? You can't depend on nobody else but you and your family. You know what I mean? So can you? Yeah. But there is obviously certain things that you got to consider when you take that advice or take that, whatever from a person who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I could expand on that, but I'll let y'all kind of, I'm sure y'all got y'all own versions of that. So,
I would say, yeah. I would say my biggest thing is I definitely think you can, but it just has to be a balance of understanding, that what my priorities may not line up with what your priorities are. So understand my family's gonna come first. So like I'm not about to be at the club all the time or you saying like, oh dang, when you coming out, you'll never do nothing. It's like you gotta understand, bro. Like it may not be what it is right now. I can do every now and then, but it can't be every weekend.
Consistent, yeah.
That the goal is, hey, we turning up. Hey, my version turned it up. Hey, let's get on the game. Let's play. Okay. Always got to be it just different. And like Braxton said, that's the biggest thing. I mean, you always gonna have those people that don't got kids. It's gonna be like, hey, this is what you should do. I'm telling you, this is gonna work. I'm telling you, you need to that they don't need to be doing this. You need to limit them doing this. And you like, huh?
mm-hmm.
You an expert, huh? I can't wait to see how it happened for you. And
All
then when it
right.
happened, then everything switched. So I definitely think you can, but just having as long as they understand like what my priorities are, then we good. It's knowing that hey, family first, man. Can't be turning up every day. That's the biggest thing for me. What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. Like, I think you could definitely be friends, family, with people that don't have kids. I think the biggest thing or the biggest aspect that like has to be a foundation, or like the biggest understanding that there has to be is just that, like you said, Venom, like you have to understand that like my family comes first. But not only that, but it's just like with my family being my priority, I'm not gonna like be able to politic with you all the time. I'm not gonna message you, all the time. Granted, I wasn't gonna do that anyway because I'm just a horrible, I'm just a horrible like texter and all that stuff. But I'm not gonna be able to like check in with you all the time, or you know, just that kind of stuff. But as long as you know that mutual understanding is there, that like I got love for you. You need me. You need anything, you give me a call. I can do what I'm able to do. I'll do what I can do for you. But outside of that, like, I think that's just the biggest thing, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to say
As
that's
long
been
as you respect that.
yeah, I'm about to say because that's been the biggest thing that I've seen that's kind of like made people say like, "Oh, you didn't change." And stuff. It's just of that not understanding. Like they put an expectation on you that just because we're friends and stuff, I'm supposed to drop everything and like leave my family and then be like, "Oh snap, my wife understand, my kids understand." Like I gotta go help bro, and then it turns out it's not even that deep. Like it's
Facts.
so, and that's been my thing of just having the balance. As long as you can respect that balance, I promise
Mhm.
it's up. Whatever you need, I got you. I got you.
Facts.
Yeah.
I don't think like a lot of people are able to, like, without kids, without a family, like their own family and stuff, uh like how much time is like spent catering to each person's individual needs.
Facts.
You got to make sure you spending time with the wife. You got to make sure that the kids getting their one-on-one time and y'all playing and everything else. Then you got to eat. You done worked all day, so shoot, it there's really not much wiggle room left in there. You know what I'm saying? To be trying to holler at somebody that you know
Yeah, and I was about to say,
outside
going
of
through
that.
it to me, it helped me even be a better friend to know, like, hey, I know bro good. Like he know that we may not talk every day, but I know he got his family, everything. But just knowing I'm there, if like you need to call on me, because to expect people to just reach out to you every day and you
No,
not be the one to always extend the olive branch, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, you can wait on me. I'm tell you now. You see me online all you want to. Yes. Yes. And half time I don't even got my phone. It's Ash's phone. I don't even have it.
That people don't realize is
Yeah.
like
People be
I
like, oh,
didn't
I see
ignore
them
your phone
online.
call.
Yeah.
My kid had
hey,
my
that's why I
number
turn mine off.
and he swiped up when you called.
I've
Hey,
seen it.
facts,
Hey,
facts.
my mama keep getting that. She get that treatment. And they keep calling back. He answered and look at it. Bye. Bye. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. You definitely, as long as a person can respect that and then respect that, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to give advice, you got to make sure that you realize you're giving the advice from your perspective. So just because you give it, don't necessarily make it a fact. And,
Mm,
also, like you said, having a family, especially not just having kids, but having an actual family that you committed to requires a lot of time and attention. So if you can't respect that, if you can't understand where that comes from, then yeah, this ain't gonna work. Unfortunately, this is not going to work at all.
It's not the friendship for you, brother.
Yeah, and it's like I hate that, but
I don't.
that's just how this go.
hey, yeah, we can be acquaintances. Be a good acquaintances. Don't gotta be friends. Be
Yeah,
acquaintances. We just do the fake
yeah,
ass work. Hey, how you
yeah.
doing?
Same time, it's like I get it because it's like until you experience that, if you're not able to like not take it personal, I guess I can understand why you would feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But like sometimes people just don't realize. It's been times where I've been talking, like I think we talked about on the last podcast, where I was like, you will give somebody all this advice, and then when they ain't hearing it, they ain't trying to understand it, and then when they
Oh
do,
yeah.
Yep.
they recycle it around you, like that's literally what I've been telling you, bro. But it
Yeah.
just don't, that's why I say it don't bother me a whole lot, because yeah, you just won't feel that until you really, you know what I'm saying, go through it. and it's not an easy thing to deal with. So, yeah, it's not that I feel bad, but at the same time, I wish I wish you well, and I hope that you eventually see where I'm coming from. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
they usually do.
Facts.
Usually always do. They coming back around. I'll be here. Nothing ain't changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I also feel that's a part of growth too. Like I
Yeah,
don't
you
think
outgrow
it's
people.
just yeah, yeah.
It's all about,
Some
and it's
people
okay.
just no, definitely okay. I felt
That's,
bad for. I mean, we talked about this in some like the earlier podcasts too. It's just like I felt like a survivor's guilt, survivor's remorse, and in the beginning, leaving some people behind because it just weren't able to like comprehend where I was at in life, as far as the family dynamic and things like that goes. And I think that just kind of ties into it. Like you here, like you still in, the party in mind state. So when I tell you, nah, bro, I can't do this because I gotta take family pictures tomorrow. You like, dang, bro, you come out for a little bit. No, I can't come out for a little bit.
no facts. Hey, you're speaking facts. I was about to say anything else before we go on to the next topic.
Nah, bro, that's all I got.
Nah,
All
for sure.
right. So
But
one,
yeah, on both. On
go
I would
ahead.
just say to leave that off with understand that these things require understanding and I can't even think of the word that I was. It was a certain word that I was looking to throw out there on both sides. Whether you the person with the family and kids, or you the person that don't and that's trying to be a part of that. It just comes with both of y'all being like having a certain understanding. If you can't like go in this and like let your ego go, then yeah, it's gonna always go to hell. So, yep.
Be fast. Be fast. Okay. So next thing I got, topic I ran across more on the lighthearted side is what's the funniest thing that ever happened to you that you can think of?
Dang.
Mm, that's that's tough because I didn't have a lot of funny shit happen to me.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you got that question, I'm guessing you got a situation that you want to give
So
me
I
something
mean,
funny.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
would say I always think of the same one that I find like looking back, like I find it funny now. Of course, did hey, I was ready to fight everybody and they papa, but so for me it was just trying to do too much. Okay, it was we was about to move into our new crib we had just got built, and me moving into new thing, I was like, hey, I'm gonna need this big TV, right? And my wife was like, cool, but we ain't about to break the bank, and I was like, okay, bet let me hit up OfferUp and let me hit up like
Oh, is this
one
the
of the
type
other
of shit?
places. Yeah. And so I was like, I found it. Hey, chill. It ain't that funny now. Come on now. No, I'm not trying not to get mad all over again. You know what? Oh, it was- so
Yeah.
I wanted like a 65 inch. Like that was like we had already had like a 60. I was like, oh, let me get a 65 inch. Like it's gonna work out. Like I was like,
Like
okay, cool.
2000 what, 12, 13, something like that.
Now this is now this is 18. 2018.
Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm thinking of that
Which one?
the the big ass the big ass TV that you had got for the crib. And I thought it was like a flat screen, but then it was it was just a big screen TV.
Yeah, the one with like the LCD monitor and shit that you turn it on, take a
It was
little
a
bit to
big
cut
fat
off.
TV.
Yeah, I remember
I don't
that.
know if I ever told you I was like looking at you sideways when you brought that thing in the house. I was like, this
Hey,
motherfucker. He told me he had a new TV for us,
hey,
and it was
brother.
a big black TV. But
Hey, man,
now I
it was
know
still a
exactly what
60.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, back to that one. And so I was hitting like I found the TV. It was like a Vizio for like
Mm.
a 65 inch for like $400. So I was like, oh, this is steal. Oh, this is a steal. I showed my wife. She was like, okay, yeah, cool, bet. Yeah, go ahead. I was at work. Boom, hit bro up, and he was like, "Cool." I was like, "Yeah, we can meet and shit. I need to see it, everything, make sure everything good." He was like, "Cool." Supposed to meet, waited for bro to hit me, then hit me, and then he had messaged me and was like, "Hey, I got a flat. Like, can we meet tomorrow? I was like, shit, yeah, cool. I work, but I was like, shit, I should be able to meet you like during my lunchtime. No problem. Boom. Lunchtime, I'm excited. Like a new kid is waiting. Boom. Go to pick it up, meet him at Walmart. Bro pulled up and I had automatically like someone was like, hey, take a picture. So I took a picture of the truck that was driving. So I was like, cool, bet. And bro got out, young dude. You seen he had his had just had a new baby. That's why he was like he needed the money. He seen the child, mom was in the back. His mom was actually driving. Then he got out and was like, I seen the TV, it had a cover on it. And I was like, he was like, hey, you can keep that. I was like, word, this is, I appreciate you. Like, it's a new blanket. I was like, because I ain't bring nothing. Because I was like, damn, if I'm hitting curves and stuff, it won't mess up. Then bro was like, yeah, man, he was like, on the way over here, we somehow lost the power cable. And I was like, huh, okay. I was like, well, shit, we at Walmart. So I was like, I just run in and grab another one. That ain't nothing. He was like, yeah, bet, boom. Ran in, grabbed that, came out, handed bro the money, was like, hey, he helped me load it and everything. I was like, hey man, appreciate you. Dip. Then mind you, went to work. And then this is when we still working the second job. So went to the second job. Then so I ain't make it home to probably like 12 a.m. Then wife had went out that night with her friends. So I'm still excited. I'm going home like, Shawn, I plug this bitch up. Nah, I ain't got nowhere to put it. But I'm like, I'm just plug it in on the floor and just look at it. I plugged the TV up, brother. It looked like somebody had just pushed the screen. It was just. And then the crazy thing is, I just unplugged it. It was like, no. And then I plugged it back.
He thought, he thought unplug and plug
It was a
back
bad
in.
connection. It was a bad connection. That's what I said to myself. Then I plugged it back in. It was like turned. I was like, and then my heart just dropped. I was like, nah, not no way, and not today. Went to the message again, bro. It already blocked me. It already dipped off. I couldn't find him. Hey,
Yeah.
I was so.
He wild as hell for bringing his whole family on a drill. 'Cause that's exactly what
Hey,
he brought, he
I
brought
ain't
his
gonna
whole
lie.
family on a finesse move. Like you a dangerous motherfucker to do that.
And the crazy thing is, I just recently deleted the picture because I was like, if I ever see this truck, I have a blue Ford F-150. I had the license plate number. I was like, it's up. You hear me? I said, I feel bad for my dudes. She drove to this. Hey, you in it too. You should have did that.
everybody got to get it.
Was you
Crazy.
with us that one time? This was back when we was all had our crib, and we I was on that one little page on Facebook
With the
with
shoes?
everybody, yeah, with the shoes, and I was like, cause I'm from like I'm from the hood or whatever, so I'm like, hey, if I'm gonna go meet up with somebody to buy some shoes, I'm gonna have to have that thing on me. So
Mm-hmm.
then we pulled up and it was like a young ass dude. I was like, this dude, low key, like,
It's
he could have
terrified.
got done wrong as hell. Cause like, soon as we pulled up on, cause I was buying some shoes from him, and dog got in the car. Like, first of all, worst mistake you could have did was have somebody pull up on you. You get into their car with
Yeah.
these brand
Yeah.
new shoes. Like
Yeah.
it was like brand new. He still had the receipt for them
Receipt?
joints. The receipt, you know what I'm saying? Like they still had the shoe tree, all that shit. Like it was, I think it was either like some Jordan 3s or some 11s or whatever. I'm like, shit, bet. He get in the car. He didn't realize it was three other dudes in the car. I got a pistol on my lap. But the whole time, I'm just trying to make sure he wasn't on no funny stuff. But then that's when I realized, like, you don't live in like the hood. Although I still don't like feel bad for doing it, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, like that low key should have told dude like, hey, don't ever get in the car. Like you should have had us meet you somewhere, like say
Yeah, we
meet
gotta
you in
get
the
out.
mall. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But you didn't
Public
hop in the
place.
car with three grown, and he was a young dude too. He was probably
Yeah.
like 15, 16, or whatever.
Just
You
look
gonna hop in the
like.
car with three grown ass men. Cause at that time I'm probably like 23, 24.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the car at least 23 years
Yeah.
of age. And he was like a little Hispanic young dude. He done hopped in the car with three grown ass men.
What's up, my guys?
He said, I'm not gonna rob you, are you? the only person that I think Griff was in the car with us. I
Yeah.
think I want to say that was like the only reason he probably felt safe because it was a white dude driving the car. But other than that, it was like
Not
all
knowing
the
he was the
other.
most angriest out of all of us.
Yeah, and yeah, and Griff was the main one. Like, man, his stupid ass gonna get in this car. It's like, hey, nah, that was a bad idea. But yeah, nah, I'm trying to think. You got a story, Shawn?
Man, I've been trying to think, man. I can't. I don't know, man.
Like
I
y'all
mean,
got
if
some
we keep the
stuff.
circle going with the getting finessed, I think I might have told this on another podcast. That time I got finessed when I lived in Germany.
Oh, I love
I
this
got
story.
finessed with the cologne. Did I tell
Mhm.
that
Oh
story?
yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that
Yeah,
one.
man, that
I
motherfucker got
remember
down
that.
on me. If I ever seen his ass again, I would beat the hell out of him. But yeah, man, I was in Germany, and I think I had stopped at McDonald's or whatever. And dude seen me getting in my car, so he run up to me and he like, hey, I should have known because y'all know me. Anybody that know
Yeah.
me know I hate when people try to sell me stuff anyway. And so this time he literally just called me at the right time. He was like, hey, you do you buy you wear cologne and stuff? I'm like, yeah. But I'm low key just trying to like shoo him off or whatever. I'm like, yeah, yeah, why? He like, oh well, then he basically finessed this story to say that like he's a rep for like, cause he like, yeah, you from America, right? I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah, Macy's and I forgot what the Dillard's and stuff like that. He
Hmm.
started naming all the like, mall stores or whatever. He's like, I'm like, yeah. And he like, well, I'm a rep who works out of Milan. So I basically pitch these like colognes and stuff like that to different companies, and he was like to different like companies, so brand new ones. I'm like, oh okay. And he was like, you ever heard of Polo Blue? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, bro, I got all that shit. He probably knew he had the finesse move down because anybody know me know I stay with some cologne. So he probably smelt the cologne when I walked past his stupid ass. But or my dumb ass walked past him. But yeah, he was like, well, I gotta catch a flight back to Milan. The only thing is he was like, getting on these planes, you can't have no liquids, and I don't want to check a bag because I gotta go straight into another meeting. He was like, I'll give you all of these colognes that I have in my trunk, $100. I was like, $100? And I was like, for what? And then so he like, come to my truck. So I go to his truck and he pulls out one bottle of Polo Blue, which was the actual one. It was like a little sample bottle. And he was like, yeah, like that's what I got. If you want this, and I got a whole bunch of other ones, right? And I'm like, he's like, but I'm in a rush. I really got to get to the airport. I'm like, all right, man, $100 bet. I had like $100 on. I'm like, bet. Let me get that. Get it. And threw it in my car. And then I'm like, I don't know why, like, common sense kicked back in. I'm like, Derek, why didn't you look at the stuff in the thing? Because, like, he got that $100, hopped in the car, and dipped. Like,
Yo.
yeah. Like, I'm talking about, I could probably feel his car zoom past me or whatever. So then, like, soon as I went to pull out the window, I instantly stopped. I'm like, hold on. Go to the back, open it up. It was a whole bunch of imitation like colognes or whatever. Like if you ever been to like Family Dollar or something like that, they got the ones that say like just like Polo Blue, just like Ralph Lauren Purple Label, just like Issy Fenty, all that stuff. I'm like, this motherfucker then got down on me, man. So then I like started trying to find him. Like he got out of there though. But the way that where that McDonald's was, it's like as soon as you leave out at McDonald's, you hop straight on the little autobahn, which is like their freeway or whatever.
Hmm.
So it wasn't no catching him. He was
Nah, it
gone.
was over with.
Yeah, but say he did
Nah,
the
it was
one.
over with.
And then I
He did
smelled
the
them. It was
dash.
just literally like alcohol in about like literal like alcohol in the bottles too. I was like, this motherfucker just got a free $100 off me. Like, and it was €100 too. So €100 probably really was like
130.
$150 in American
Yeah.
dollars.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah, he got down on my stupid ass. And like anybody that know me know, like it is not easy to finesse me, mainly because the moment you start trying to sell me something, I'm automatically turned off and like, hey, get out of my face. I don't wanna
hey,
like
that's
I'm
why.
gonna ask you 1,000 questions. But he
Yeah.
just caught me at a moment where I just didn't feel like talking. And low key for a second was like, oh damn, that's a yeah, you know what you're talking about. Cause man's had a suit on and everything. Like he
Dang.
must do that little
Same
fancy
suit. Yeah, I'm
shit.
about to say same suit every day. He to
Yeah.
this day. To this day.
But yeah, so that was my. I don't know if that's the funniest thing that ever happened to me. I highly doubt that. But like, if I can think of just times I got finessed, that's definitely the most finesse.
Yeah.
So I did think of something. So
Yeah.
I was in high school and I was chopping it up with this chick or whatever. Yeah, I'm like 15, 16, something like that. I ain't have my license yet. And she was like, she was with a homegirl. She was like, come through or whatever. And I was like, I bet. So I called my homeboy. I was like, hey, you trying to ride with me over here? Cause he had been talking to her homegirl. So he was like, yeah. So I put my pop's car in neutral and pushed it out the driveway,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
hopped in it, and then took off. Now I done jumped out the bathroom window, like left it cracked so I can get back in there and everything. And took off. Man, I must have got like 5 minutes away from my partner crib. My phone started going off.
That's the worst.
Hmm.
Hey, I was like, well, I mean, I'm already right here. Like, I think I pulled up to his crib. I was waiting for him to come out. So he come out, he get in the car or whatever, and he was like, "Well, damn." I told him I was like, "Hey, mom, Dustin woke up. She must know I'm gone. She keep calling my phone." He was like, "Hey, you want me to?" He was like, "You just want to go back to the crib?" I was like, "Well, bro, I'm already caught now. Like, we might as well go ahead and go on this mission." So we hop in the car, we take off, we start heading that way. Shawty tell me, actually, can we do it tomorrow night because
Oh my
something
gosh.
happened. So I had to turn around, drop bro back off. Mind you, I'm like, at this point, we done drove like probably 20, 30 minutes to her crib. We probably like 5 minutes away. Had to drive 20, 30 minutes back to bro crib, then another 20 minutes back to the crib. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, brother. I think that's probably the funniest thing that happened to me though.
Yeah, I would say I could have told a story like that. Mine was pretty much similar to that. So I was at like my baby mom career. Great thing is I was about like 17. I had just graduated, but I graduated when I was 17. So at the same time, I think like I can come in anytime I want to. But I got my own
Bro.
job. Like, hey, what we doing? I'm not bothering y'all. And I had a Chevy back then. Old school shit had them pipes on it.
Uh,
So he heard me pull up. So I was like, hey, let me. Usually I try to pull like instead of parking like in the driveway, I'll park close to the road, like almost by the woods type shit. Then just go in the house. It was kind of like I want to say it was like 3, 4. Shit, I pulled up. I had already seen them bay windows open, the TV on. All right, do it time. Well, I just went pulled on in the driveway. As I got out the door, I seen he get up. I was like, oh, here we go. That's the first thing I think. I said, oh, here we go. I
You
go to
probably
open
done
the door.
already talked yourself up. Like, man, you better not come out here. I'm grown. I got a kid.
Hey, shit. I tried to open the door. He said, you can't come here. I
Yeah.
said, you got to go back where you came from. And I'm so spiteful and petty. I literally took that instead of saying, you know what, you right. Let me just go back with my cousin's house. I'll go to sleep.
You said you know
Very
what,
next
fuck it.
morning, I went inside with the army. It was like, hey, I said, they was so pissed.
Mhm.
So
But
y'all,
no, though, and that's the crazy part about like that little weird age when you like 17, 18, 19, or whatever. Like you kind of get treated like an adult when it's convenient for them. But the
facts.
moment they ready to shit on you, oh, you still a kid
it's
still
over.
now. It's like, all right, man. I
Hey.
remember when I dropped out of college or whatever. Uh, I was, so I'm like basically 20 because I went to school for about almost 2 years, about a year and a half too. Um, but I had already knew like the writing was on the wall. Like the first year, I did good. Second year going into school, I just was like not focused, didn't want to be there, didn't even really like the shit. I was the major that I picked. Don't know why I picked it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just dumb. I just knew I like everything with the writings was on the wall. Like I should not be here. I don't want to be here. So what I'm saying? I called my mom's like, look, it's time. I'm ready to go. Like, I don't think I can do this. I'm ready to move back to Detroit, blah, blah. My mama made me feel so good about it. She like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, we all fail in life. It's all right. This is not the story. This is not the end of your story.
Okay.
All this stuff geeking me up. I'm like, hell yeah! I'm gonna finish school at some point, but it's just not the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling myself that, right? So she come pick me up, and we drive all the way back from Vincent's, Indiana, all the way to Detroit. So that's like a 10-hour drive. And we ended up staying the night like in Indianapolis or whatever because we had got like a flat tire. Well, I still remember all this to this day because of how the 24 hours just played out. So like, my mom came, got me. We headed back, got a flat tire. I didn't change the tire because I'm like, I'm a man. Da, da, da. I'm supposed to help my mama. And my homeboy TJ had came with my mama to come down to make sure she got here safe. We dropped TJ back off at home. We get home, right? It's like probably like 10 in the morning. So I didn't came home. I done moved all my stuff downstairs. I ain't even unpacked, by the way. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Like life ain't really hit me yet. That like
Yeah.
you're an adult now and you're a college dropout, and like life, like you need to be acting like an adult or be thinking like an adult. At least that's what my mind. You're 20. You grown. So I get into the house and shit. I'm chilling, and like people that came by to see me, my older brother, what up, bro, da, da, family that came see me because my first time moving, being back home in a while. And then like 9 o'clock come around and shit, and my mom's had like fell asleep, and then I guess she had got woke up or some point to come take the trash out. But long story short, she came downstairs from the upstairs to the second floor, and I guess she went to go throw something in the trash, and the trash was full.
Hmm.
So she
Hey,
so she
already.
comes to the because my room is in the basement. You know what I'm saying? She comes to the stairs or whatever, and she's like, Derek. And I'm, in my mind, I'm like, now that I'm grown now, and I'm like, she was out of it and she was tripping, but she was like, I think she probably was like somewhat like out of it. And she like, Derek, why you didn't take the trash out? I was like, what? Why you just got here? I'm literally unpack as she's saying it. It's like I'm unpacking clothes. Like I ain't even been here. I ain't threw a piece of paper in this trash can. So how would I even know that the trash was full? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll take it out though. And then that's when she had a whole conversation. She decided at that point to have a whole conversation with me. Like, I'm glad that you back home, but there's some things we need to talk about. Like these type of things, I'm not gonna be doing. I'm not gonna be taking out the trash. You're a grown man. I work too hard. This and that. I'm like, what the fuck did I say? You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I realized, like, as an adult, you become like wanting to be treated like a grown adult and as an equal in your mama or daddy's house is an impossible task. You will never be
Facts.
treated like an adult. So your best bet is when you just feel like you really just can't take that no more. Like that's the crossroads you got to get to. Like, hey, I got to figure out my life. Now, if I was to offer advice to parents, I would say realize that your kid is becoming an adult and start, as somewhat treating them like an adult, because what you're gonna do is run them off. And that's what I
Facts.
did. I was like, you know what? I am not staying here.
Same.
I started packing my stuff back up into that car. I took my ass back across town to my grandma's house. I was like, I'm staying at grandma's house. I'm not staying here. Even though I did end up staying at my mom's house for a little bit longer. But yeah, nah, you realize like you cannot be at your mama house. You cannot be a grown man.
Facts.
Like
I definitely went to my grandma's
and
house.
yeah, and rightfully so to an extent. Like that's not your house. That's her house. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But like I said, I would advise people when your child is an adult, if you're not trying to run them away, if you're not trying to make them spiteful, show a little bit of like some type of respect to them, because they're owed some type of adult respect. Now of course they got to eventually earn that respect, but like you shouldn't be automatically throwing them into either they're treating them like they're a kid, or then just automatically throwing all these different responsibilities on them without even having a conversation about it. But yeah, she ripped my ass up. I was like, damn, I ain't even been here a full 24 hours, and she
Oh
talking
yeah.
about taking trash out. And she, I ain't taking no trash out. Da, da, da. I work too hard. I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
it blew
They
me.
told
But yeah,
they told me to pay a bill. I said, sure, I pay the water bill.
so I was gonna, I eventually got a job, and I was paying multiple bills, and I still was getting treated like a kid. And that was the main reason why I was like, oh no, oh
Yeah,
no.
that's why I went to my grandma's house. I said, I throw Granny this
Oh
money.
no.
I threw Granny the money. It was
I
Granny
tried to throw
again.
Granny the money. She said, She said, you working, baby. That's all I want to see you doing. I
Hey,
was
Granny didn't
like,
care for. I was
I seen my mama come in the door one day. I said, "You gonna what you gonna tell me?"
they got to
They
tell her,
throw
hey,
shoes
take.
off at my door. This
She was
ain't
about to
grandma
say,
house.
hey, check,
This
take your
grandma
shit.
house.
Now, don't come over here. Grandma don't like all that loud talking. They got some.
Like if you that yelling, you know what I'm saying? If you not coming in here to fix her something to eat, because I probably fix her something to eat before I go to work. So like,
Oh, fuck,
figure out
man.
what you gonna do, Tanya. That's what I said.
Ask her, hey, how long you gonna
Grandma
be
don't
here?
play. Hey, grandma don't play about me the way grandma did. Hey, you gonna have to figure it out.
Hey, nah, you preaching now. They hated it too. Only
Mm-hmm.
place you can still be on punishment and still be like, you gonna stop me going from grandma's house? I can't go from grandma's house.
And if I
Hey.
was really, really messed up, grandma was good for that $20.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
hey.
She gonna give me a hug and slide me that 20 like I don't live in the room right next to her.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's my granddad for me. He'll
Yeah.
tell everybody else he
Oh.
broke, and nigga unfold that little secret patch in his wallet. Talk about here you go, boy. Baby, take
my
that.
grandma pulled that little 20 out so quick, everybody be asking for I don't got none. Derek, come here real quick. There you go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but at mama house, nah, that ain't
Oh
happen.
no, that shit ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, that's
My
for real.
biggest thing with my dad, he was big on like cutting the grass, like beautiful yard to this day. Brother, I'm 15. I got things to do.
Mm-hmm.
This ride mode going on 5. I'm not about to do the one going slow. I'm sober. Hey, I cut the yard, boom. When thought I was out with my friends, and Lenokia started ringing. My dad never called when it was good. Every time you seen the name, it was awesome. So I was like, so I immediately, like before I answered the phone, I was like, let me think about what I did. I was like, I cut the grass. I put the mow back. Boom, answered it. Hello. So this is what you gonna do to my yard? I said, huh? And then I thought about it. It was a time. It was like a little hill. I
And
skipped
you
the part.
skip it.
I
Mm-hmm.
skipped it.
Mm-hmm. Grass line everywhere.
Only thing I could think of was like, I'll come home and fix it right now. He said, nah, don't worry about it. You good. I said, oh,
Mm-hmm.
bye bye. I was like, I was hopeless. I needed somewhere to stay.
Or you come around him and he talking shit on the phone about you to everybody. I don't
Oh,
know what's wrong with him. He think he grown. You be like,
hey, man.
uh,
Oh, them was good times, man.
yeah, that was
Good
good
times.
time. Did nobody play about Granny didn't play about the Braxton Senior. She did not
Hey.
play about me. You couldn't say nothing about me. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey.
my mama, she'd have thought I was a piece of shit. I go cut the grass and she be mad because you ain't cut straight lines and stuff. You be like, all right, you ain't cut straight lines either when
I
you
ain't gonna
did it.
lie.
I swear.
My dad, he'll talk about a pattern. I'm like, but it's
Mm-hmm.
cut though. You
Yeah,
won't
the
be going the
pattern.
whole circle? They're going up and down these lines. No, you got to go and bounce it
It's
in.
either straight lines or the little slanted lines. One or the other.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Yeah.
no, I
But
just
she
straight
couldn't do it
line.
by himself either. But for some reason, I do it. I get mad. I'm an ungrateful bastard. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Talia.
Jeez.
But nah, man. What y'all got for the next topic, man?
Oh shit, my head hurt, man. Hold on.
Oh,
Get
I
some
guess.
water.
Okay. I'll say. What advice would you give to young black individuals who are just starting out their journey in your career field? So for us, military, Shawn, pick one. Pick one. Yeah, I'm about to say because Shawn, you got so many avenues. Whether it's just navigating, I'm about to say even just being in the civilian world. I'm gonna say that shit is people think it's sweet out there too.
it's not sweet.
Who want to go first?
D-Brat, you go ahead, go.
Uh, well, in my career field, unless you're talking about, if you're just talking about the military in general, or if you're talking about being a medic in the
You
military.
can. I'm about to say you can specialize, make it just the medics, or you can just say in the military in general.
Well, I'm gonna say the military in general.
Okay.
I'll just say like you just gotta abandon the idea that that people care abandon the idea that I gotta take care of myself first, like in the beginning. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because nobody gonna hear that. You know what I'm saying? Now, unless it's something like life or death, unless it's something like, that's for real gonna alter your life, where you gotta for a second there's gonna have to be a for real like understanding that you're a part of a organization and that you gotta to an extent understand that they don't, not that they don't care, but if caring about you too much is gonna like break the bottom line, you know what I'm saying, or it's
Mhm.
gonna require the mission to be altered or having to answer to somebody else why you not able to do your job, like it's gonna be a problem. Now, can you get through it? Can they help you through it? Absolutely. But long term, I'm just be honest with you, there's going to be some times you're going to have to be able to like compartmentalize certain things and be like, all right, I get it. This ain't about me. They don't, this isn't, this is about pushing the mission forward. Like I gotta do my part. Like, sometimes we get into so much self-serving. It's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. It's like, bro, you're a part of the wrong organization to think that.
Mhm.
Like this organization will continue to move when you leave, and it will
Yeah,
continue to
facts.
move. It will continue to move while you're here when you sick, and it will continue to move when you leave. So there's going to be some times where you cannot be the focal point. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when you become that leader, then it's your time to like take care of other people. But in the beginning, like, don't if you the person that we gotta always come around to fix your issues, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's going to be a problem. If everybody got it, like, don't get me wrong, everybody should have a mentor that can help them and help them through things, but you gotta like your issues cannot be so big that everybody sees them, because that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that might sound cruel, but that's just truthfully, and I would almost argue that's really in any organization. It's just more evident in the military. Like, when they say service before self, they really mean that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not necessarily saying it's a good thing to do, but it is. If you want to progress, there's going to be some times where you kind of got to be like, all right, this ain't about me. This is not about me. I need to I need to do my part so this can, you know, this mission or whatever they need can keep pressing forward. And then I need to take time for myself afterwards. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
What
What
about you,
about
Sean?
y'all?
I'd say I'll speak from like the civilian side of it, I guess.
Okay.
Uh, I'd say just find something that like you enjoy and you're passionate about, stick with it and just like run with it. Or even if you're not passionate about it, if you just like, you know what, I've been doing this for so long, um, just become the best that you can at one thing instead of like trying to divvy it up amongst 100 things. Because you're not going to reach your full potential being mediocre at 100 things,
Mm.
as in comparison to being a perfectionist at one thing.
Okay. I'm mad at it. Not mad at it. For me, like Brass, I touch on the military aspect. Guess mine is kind of one, just going to it knowing that, um, like for me coming from the South, like I was under the impression that in the military there wasn't discrimination, right? So just going to it knowing that they're still there, like anything. So, but also like Bracken said, you also can't go into the mindset of just everyone's against me and things like that, because that's the easiest way for you to get labeled. So go into it like, I'll say anybody that's joined the military, I would tell them, one, find you a mentor. It's very important, because especially someone that's been in, because anything you going through, trust me, you've been through it. Maybe not the same exact situation, but something to the extent of it. And aggression is never worn. I don't know how many times, especially started out. You ain't got no you A1C, ain't nobody about to listen to you. So that's the biggest thing, is just knowing how to be tactful. I wish I learned to be more tactful. Um, Starting out, because I learned you can pretty much say anything you want as long as you're tactful and respectful. You can't get mad when I'm providing facts. You may not like it, um, But you'll be like, okay, I can respect. They didn't disrespect me. They was telling the truth. But just also knowing also what battles to pick. Because you're gonna run into me and them and some, it's not even worth it. It's
Mm-hmm.
just taking on chin, but then some, hey, if you feel strongly about it, then hey, there's avenues for them and you can go through those avenues. But that'll be the biggest thing advice I can give is just get you a mentor and surround yourself by successful people, not yes men or people that you feel that you're already better than. Like me, I surround myself by a group of guys that I feel that was winning awards, and I was like, at any point in time, those were the people I was trying to chase, and they were still trying to help me. So, and yeah, so I'm about to say that to me, that's the biggest thing. But I also know that they don't care about you. They don't care
They
about you
don't
in
care
here.
about you.
So go into it. Don't
I
think
wouldn't
like
say
they
that
owe
they
you
don't
anything.
care.
Man, they don't
I
care.
wouldn't say that they.
I said what I
I wouldn't
said.
say that they don't care. It's just you gotta understand that like they literally have a saying service before self. So like when that's the like that's one of the first things that's kind of drilled into you.
Mhm.
You can't expect your issues to be like a priority to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is kind of built or at least brought up to think like, hey, this organization comes first. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But there are people that there, but there's also like different um creeds and different like different jobs for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But
that's
if you're an NCO, your job is to take care of the younger people. So is the organization as a whole is their job to take care of you? Not necessarily, but there are supposed to be people
in
in those
places.
ranks to take care of you. So there is I don't think that it's a bad thing. I just think one you have to find the people that actually give a damn, and two you also have to be okay with the organization not gonna always care. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And that maybe that's the if you've ever done the four lenses thing,
Hmm.
that's the green in me. Like I'm definitely a green through and through. I understand the why, so it doesn't bother me as much. But at the same time, I do at times say like, well, then don't tell me to be a wingman when you know in this sense you're not gonna give a damn about the wingman or somebody playing the wingman. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
it's just a little bit of a it's a gray area that you got to figure out, and some of it is just like don't take it so personal because it's not meant to be taken personal. It's just some people do their job too much, some people don't do their job enough, and then some people don't understand their job. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? And the thing is, hopefully, you become a person that know exactly how to do your job. And if more people know how to do their job, then you wouldn't have so many people feeling like this place don't give a damn about them. It's
hey.
because certain people fail at their job. If you're a first sergeant, you don't take care of your people, you don't know how to empathize with people. Yeah, you suck. Yeah, you're gonna make people feel that way. If you're a flight chief, a supervisor, and you do that, yeah, they're not gonna understand because you suck. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but the whole organization, the top, that's not their job. It's not their job to care about me working in this area over there. It's not their job. It's because they gave you 30 different people who supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it don't bother me as much. But I mean, I could say a lot of negative stuff, but like that's why it don't bother me as much. Cause I'm like, it's not the organization that failed me. It's just certain people in certain positions that did. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely agree with
Yeah.
that. 100%.
what else y'all got?
I don't have anything.
Don't you got some more topics though? Let's go to another topic.
See, let's see.
Let me see. Um, I think I like this one. I don't know. It's gonna be a little controversial, but can you share a time you had to confront internalized racism or biases within yourself?
Oh yeah.
Josh, this your topic. Tell us why you gave us that, and
Well,
bring up a time.
of course, of course. I'm gonna be lying. It's not a topic. I copied and pasted it. Okay, I found this topic, but
Maybe because
but for me, it was I had already talked about it on the podcast we had did previously. Growing up in Mississippi, coming from down south, it was to me like my way of combat racism was like I don't fuck with white people either. Like you don't fuck with me, I ain't gonna fuck with you. So once you have that same mindset, and then you get outside of Mississippi, and it's not saying like all white people is bad. I had a lot of like some white friends, but they all act black, so I didn't even see them that way. But then, like once you get out, and then like you get outside of Mississippi, and you see that, and then your first think of every time you encounter somebody that was not the same color as you was like, oh, they racist. They probably like let me put my defense up. And then I realized like going about it was the wrong way because I kept telling him, but I would tell people like after I met him, be like, oh damn, you actually cool, crazy. First thing I thought you was racist. And it was like, what happened? Like, what did I say? And I was like, and so it was, and it was just like that mindset, and it was like, damn. And then, especially when I had kids, I was like, I don't want to put that on them. I'm also like give them the history and let them know, like, hey, what I've been through, but not everybody fits that, that narrative. And so that's when I kind of had to like just look myself in the mirror and just look at my way of thinking and knowing, like, yeah, some bad shit happened, but it was that same group of people, their family and stuff that was brought. I'm not saying like everybody. I can't hold everybody accountable for these sucky individuals.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what it was.
Yeah. What
I can
about
see
you, Shawn?
that. Definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You
I'm
Mississippi,
about to say
gonna say it.
if you want us to circle back, I can definitely go.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So for me, I had I don't know about a specific time, but like as I got older, I stopped like, and this is not me saying it's okay to be anyway or like have a bias toward people or whatever, but I stopped being so upset at people about their biases and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
because at one point I sat down and I started asking myself, like, are there times where you look at something or look at a person just because of how they look and you automatically start looking at them or thinking a certain way? And this all came from, like, I had a airman, or no, I don't even know if they're the airmen, but they was somebody that I was supervising, and they saw, and they basically just was had an honest moment where they was like, hey, essentially, long story short, they basically said that they automatically think certain things about black people when they see them. And for a second, I got offended because I was like, "Dang, man, you done had heart to heart conversations, and I've never heard you even give me that type of energy." But you know what? Once I sat down and thought about it, I was like, "I don't. It don't bother me as much. Although I'm glad you said it, and now I can keep my eye up for that. It don't bother me as much though, because if I'm honest with myself, if I see certain things from people of other races and cultures and ethnicities, I'm going to automatically, well, not as much anymore, but there's been plenty of times where I'm just going to assume certain things. So for instance, like if I younger me, if I saw like a white person or a Hispanic person with tattoos all on their head and stuff, I'm gonna automatically assume if they're Hispanic, they're part of some like Mexican, some or some type of Hispanic gang. And then if I saw a white person like that, I'm gonna automatically assume they're a part of some KKK or KKK adjacent type of group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to automatically stay away from you because I would hate for us to have to get into that, because I'm going to assume that you're deadly and I'm gonna have to be even more deadly towards you. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like it's and so when I started to look at that, I was like, it don't bother me that you think that way, because as long as you don't act on those things,
Yeah.
then it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain parts of y'all that if I see it, I'm gonna automatically think. I'm going to automatically, if I hear a certain like volume from you as a non-black woman, I'm gonna automatically assume you're gonna act like a Karen. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and that's not fair on my side to say that, and that's not okay. You know what I mean? So that's why I stopped getting so offended by certain things, because I'm like, I got my own biases too. It's just not, the older I get, the more understanding I am. I'm trying to be more aware of that and more like conscious of it, and not be that way. You know what I'm saying? Have a conversation with you. So if anything, yes, I have them same biases, same, you know what I'm saying, things, prejudices or whatever. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
say racist. I'm definitely not that. I've never like one, as a black person, it's hard for me to be racist in America there because there's nothing structurally or anything that I can change by my, you know what I'm
On
saying?
some, yeah,
Yeah, like I just can't. But at the same time, like there are things that I have automatically assumed, but absolutely not do I do not act on those certain things that I see. You know what I'm saying? Like because I give people that benefit of the doubt that like I would hope that you're a better person. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's been plenty of time. Like I said, if I'm walking in the mall and I see a bunch of guys with tattoos on their head, I'm like, let me get up out of here because if I walk out my gun in here, I'm already be a little nervous of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I'm gonna think that y'all do. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just something that they chose to get with tattoos on their head. Is that the greatest look? I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah. So yeah, and I think it's important to like say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think people when people like, oh, I don't see color, like you lying.
Yeah.
It's certain stuff that you see, it's certain stuff that the world has taught you. Because I've never had to deal with a person like that. So where did I get that idea from? Media, social media, TV, all of that stuff, entertainment. It made me think. It gave me the idea if I see a non-black, because if I saw a black person with tattoos on their head and stuff, I wouldn't be as
Facts.
like I wouldn't be as like abrasive. I mean, I'm not abrasive, but as reserved and like kind of like weary of them. Like, hey, what are you up to? If I seen a black person with those type of things, tattoos on their neck, head, y'all, that wouldn't bother me. Not even in the slightest. I mean, would I be a little like you watch his
Yeah,
mannerisms
yeah.
a little bit, maybe, but like if I saw a non-black person with those type of things, I'm instantly on tip. Like, what you on? Where you at? Look, let me see your hands. If I saw like a white person with like a trench coat on and black
Oh,
fingernail polish and stuff, I'm automatically gonna think they're a school shooter, and that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
that's
where we
why
come
I
from.
don't judge people. Don't judge people the same way because I'm like the media has warped all our minds to think that automatically see those things and judge a person. So,
Hey, I'm with you when you're right.
and I hope that don't sound too ignorant to people, but I that's me
It's
saying that
honest.
growing
It's
up.
honesty.
Yeah, I grew up. I saw it. It was I was taught that, and then as I gotten older, I'm not unlearning it, but I'm unpacking that and realizing that that's not okay.
Yeah.
So
I think it would only be ignorant if you were saying like it is okay. So
yeah, it's not okay, and it's also because I'm conscious of it. I work on that to not be that way. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, y'all got some work to do, brother. Got some
yeah.
work to do.
I believe for me it was kind of like the opposite of what DJ was saying. Like for me, especially like being younger and stuff like that, all I used to watch was like Verse 48. Watching the news at night because it's the only thing on or whatever. My people watching the news or whatever, and it's black on black crime and this, that, and the third or whatever. I used to like have a skepticism about my own people, like walking
Yep.
around like, oh, he might gotta watch him. He be, because that's all the like media. You watch movies, you watch TV shows. It's always people that look like you that are like the danger. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? That's how it's portrayed. So I think I had like gotten to a point. Well, I don't think I had gotten to a point to where I was looking at my own people sideways when it wasn't my people that ever caused me no issue or whatever. Um, so I think unlearning that and kind of relearning that respect for my people. I think that was the biggest thing. But I do be saying a lot of times like that's that white people shit. Like that's one of my like trophy sayings. Like I say that a lot, real quick, and around white people, I be having to catch myself. I be having to
That's
catch. I seen
that's a
something the
hard
other
thing
day,
to say. I'm not gonna lie.
but that white people shit.
Anytime I hear people say that like loud and in public, I be like, why did you say that? Like, stop saying that. You can't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, I seen a post the other day. They got a website where you can order German Shepherd dog meat.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, you're not
But
about
I'm
to
not
say
gonna lie, I don't
that.
think that would be that good though. But see, but see, that's where I would almost see. But see, this is another side to it. But I
No, don't
would
even go
look
there.
at
No,
I
because see, I know where you finna take it to.
you
Just
know
leave
what
it
I'm saying?
alone. Just leave it alone.
way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that that would, because like if anything, one thing that I've noticed is that white people love dogs. So and I don't think in the sense to where they will be allowing you to order it at
Yeah.
their, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I
Uh,
feel you. Yeah, but
Oh,
if you said that, I would tell you you can't say that. That would be wrong. Don't say that, and you definitely don't say that out loud and in public. You know what I'm saying?
hey, brother, I'm quick to say it.
Y'all funny.
You know,
Quick, a little too quick.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like I said, it's growth. I say the biggest thing is knowing that not to pass these things down to our children, so we break the
absolutely.
cycle. I said and I think that's for everybody because I think everybody may have been taught things that they didn't ask to be taught, but just growing up and learning, like, hey, it's okay to question, like, hey, I don't know if that's actually right. Do you research, and if you still feel that way, then hey, by all means, be an asshole. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
But
I gotta.
99.9% of the time, as soon as you assume something about somebody that is not of your same culture and all that, you're going to be wrong. 99% of the time. It's just literally a perception or something that you watched on TV. And we all know, first of all, TV is over dramatized. So,
Yes, sir.
like, to think, to see that on TV and then to, like, be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure black people do that. And, like, nah, bro,
Yeah,
that's a bad assumption more often than not.
yeah.
I know. So I got a kind of a follow up to that, right? Real quick before we hop off of here. So where do you like find the right balance of teaching your kids to like love they complexion, they skin, embrace being melanated, young male, young female in America? Because I know the other day, my son he went to get his hair braided, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm darker than you." You know, he loved it. He that's what he's telling the braider. She was like, "I
Mhm,
don't think so," and
mhm,
he come find out he was darker than her.
mhm.
But
He's still on business.
yeah, hey, facts. But on the other side of that token, he walked past a white man. He was like, "Dang, mama, why you look like that? He white, like he ugly or something like that." And I was just like, I just don't know where you supposed to like. I never said. Let me just put that out there. I never said that white people are ugly
I'm
or
about to say you
anything
got
like
left for a
that.
little better.
I did not say that. I've never said that. But
But
I
it's a
think that's
kid
just yeah. I'm
saying
let
about
me
to say
that.
say
that's
it
just
better.
kid. I'm about to say I think that's just
It's whatever
kids.
you make seem normal. Because I remember as a kid when it was like being darker skin wasn't like the it thing.
Hmm.
So like anything being dark skinned was kind of like made into a joke. So like I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised to hear a kid if being darker complected was made seem cool around that kid, then of course the opposite they're gonna say is ugly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what our that's I feel like that's how our minds are conditioned to see one side is good, the other side is not. If you don't have a actual conversation about it, so
Facts. I'm about to say especially kids. Like if they haven't been around that specific culture or specific people, like for them seeing it, they could be like, "Hey, yeah," because kids don't have a filter. They literally just say what they have. Now, do I think
I have a
intentionally
filter.
like kids all the time mean that? But nah, they just be curious. Be like, hey, why you look like that? Why you missing an arm? Why you doing that?
yeah.
Like so.
But
Let,
to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know when the perfect time is, but I think. Well, I guess I would say the perfect time to talk about that type of stuff is when your kids start talking about skin complexions. Because, like I said, when I was a kid, like a younger kid, like being darker skinned in the '90s was you might as well have been born during slavery. Cause like
yeah,
how many right?
man.
You know how many you know how many times I done been called all type of stuff, whether it was African booty scratcher or
I've
somebody
heard that one before.
They will
That's,
fight words.
or they call you midnight, or the lights go out. Oh,
Darkness.
I can't see Derek. Like they go out of their way to say those type of things, or you get the comment, or like, oh, you look good for somebody that's dark skinned. You know what I'm saying? Like I've received all those type of either jokes or compliments as a kid, you know what I'm saying? And which is, obviously is a problem, in our community.
Hmm.
But I remember also when I was like 12, 13 ish, and I remember I went to some like I don't know if it was like a event at my cousin's church or like it was a school or something, but there was this lady who said like this was back when I had braids and all that, right? So like I had taken my braids out and I had like combed it out, so I had like this like fro, right? And the lady was like, and I came in late, and the lady was like, she made some compliment or whatever, and then she asked me a question. I answered the question, and she was like, "This little handsome brother, da da da, this and that." She like, "I know you're gonna be a problem when you get in high school and stuff." And it was the first time that I had really ever received any like "you're a handsome guy," you know. Oh, and she made some compliment about my skin tone and all that stuff. And I, to this day, I would say that was the moment that I like started to like appreciate, really appreciate myself. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of compliments as a kid, like oh you're going to be this, oh you know what I'm saying, or oh you don't ever let nobody say this and that. But that was the first time somebody gave me like some real like oh she feeling me, you know what I'm saying, even though she wasn't telling me, but in my mind I was like, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, like for real big me up or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, it just reinforced like some stuff that I was told as a kid to never let nobody say this about you, never let nobody make you feel this, and it was like it can't it so it like really that's when all those type of things that was kind of drilled in me, like it all came together. And I was like, bro, you like you look good in your mind, or hey, people that look like you look good. Because it was, I mean, even for girls, I'm sure girls went through the same thing, because I remember saying those type of things. Oh, you cute for dark skin, da da da. And then when I got to like that 12, 13 age frame, I was like, what? No, like that's not a compliment. Actually, that's like you low key shitting on me. You know what I'm saying? So like I was 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think nothing of myself for the first 12 years of my life, really. You know what I'm saying? So I think the earlier the better. But if the moment your kid understand that, like, hey, like my skin is different from the rest of the world, most of what they show on TV or whatever, and that's okay, and that's what makes me different, and it looks good, and you should also value the people that look like you. If you say that
Facts.
more earlier on, your kids will like that, appreciate that, and like and value that. You know what I'm saying? So I think the earlier the better, but obviously make sure you tailor the conversation to their age range. Because if you
Facts.
start doing like, oh, you look better than everybody because you look like,
But the kids don't think
wait,
that
wait,
anyway.
wait, because now you creating a monster. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, just tailor the conversation to their age, and as they get older, then yeah, big them up even more. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
earlier the
For
better, I
sure.
guess is my answer.
Nah, go. Let's go. I got no faith. That's it. That's it. So you said everything.
Oh my bad.
No, no, you good. I'm gonna say that's perfect though. I agree with everything. That's the biggest thing. Definitely letting your kids know. Other people shouldn't be the ones to tell your kid they're either handsome or beautiful all the time. To me, that's how I see it. Especially me having my daughter about to be 16. From birth, I've told her she's beautiful. So that way when she hears it, it's not comes as a shock, a culture. It's like, cool, you gonna have to come with something better than that.
I
Hmm.
don't know. I feel like you gotta pull. Well, at least with with my little girl, she take that to the head already. So I be trying to like I be like, I'll tell her, or we'll have her like have them do like affirmations to themselves, like
Hmm.
I'm beautiful, like I'm smart, all these things or whatever. Um, but as far as like telling her all the time, like she knows she's 5 and she'll walk around the house flipping her hair. And
That shit
yesterday we was
good.
doing yard work,
I said
and
she
she was
good.
like, it's dirt in my feet. I can't do this, and I was like,
Well, yeah, but
I
see, those are
can't.
different things though. Like
No, I
you
was
are,
touching on what bro had said. Like I wasn't talking about the color part. I was just touching
yeah.
on what bro said. But yeah, that's the toughie.
Yeah, she definitely got to hear that she beautiful, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you got to be like, but that don't listen.
Means you
You
can't
have
Well,
work.
I
you
tell her the
Yeah.
same.
but guess what? You about to get your butt out there and cut this grass, because that should nobody ever be able. That shouldn't be something that impresses you. That should be a
Facts.
automatic. If a man want to see you, want to date you, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like there are certain things like doing things. There shouldn't be anything you can't do. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, and yes, you are the most beautiful thing walking. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, understand that like beauty is one thing. You should be somebody of substance because
Mm,
if you just
okay.
because
Oh,
you
oh.
beautiful, a motherfucker gonna steal. That's all they want. You know what I'm saying? If they don't see nothing else besides that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, I seen.
that's another thing you just have to be able to say. That's what I say. Like you got to tailor the conversation. Cause yeah, at 5 years old, I don't need to be telling you got to be somebody of substance. She ain't gonna understand what is substance to her. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? As you get older, once you get 10, 11, and you flipping your hair and this is beneath me. No, hold on.
Wait
Now we
1
need to
minute
have
now,
a more
Rondell.
in-depth conversation about this. You know what I mean? The conversation should be ever evolving or whatever. But all that stuff comes. I think a lot of that stuff is a lot easier when the man is present because
Mm,
if the first time she get told she was beautiful was by some little boy that's trying to get in her drawers, then yeah, that's a
mm-hmm.
problem. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So yeah, and the same thing for a little boy. If the first time you get told, oh, you so handsome and all that stuff is by some girl that's trying to get, you know what I'm saying, some free food out of him, he gonna
No, he
feel sick
gone.
for the rest of his life.
Hey,
He ain't
hey.
gonna never
Hey,
be able to have
Putting
a
the
decent conversation because he gonna always be offering money for
Mister
some shit
Throw
that
it
he
in the
don't want.
bag.
So
Hey, I'm with you when you're
beauty is
right.
something, man.
With you when you're right.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna write a book, man. At this
Hey,
point,
go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
How about?
man.
How
What else
about?
y'all got, man? We gonna close it out on that, or
Yeah, I'm good. I don't got anything else. Y'all got anything else? Anything y'all want to plug? Mm.
uh,
no.
nah, not yet, man.
For
Okay. Okay. Well, this was a great episode. Great
Yeah.
episode.
Well, yeah.
sure,
Well,
for sure.
follow Venom on his kick page.
Yes,
Venom
sir.
Pro MS. You know what I'm saying?
Most
We ain't gonna
deaf.
get no dubs because bro only want his 20 plus kills or whatever. You know what I mean?
Guys to get 30.
Uh,
Guys to get 30.
his next go for it is 30. So just
Hey,
know
guys to get
we gonna
30.
be in 33rd place.
And then he wonder
Hey,
why we being blenders.
Hey man,
hey.
but
Hope
yeah.
that VPN start working again. But go ahead.
But yeah, but no, then like, share, subscribe, and let
Mm-hmm.
us know if you got anything you want to tap in with.
All
Tap
right.
in with us for sure.
Bet. Check us out.